Hello, my name is Ryan Sandwick. Thank you for watching 6 Minutes with CEDIK. As we talked about in the first video, community design was born as a grassroots movement against top-down decision-making regarding neighborhood design. These key elements of community design movement of being grassroots and community-driven are still fundamental to community design today. There are many ways to engage people. While community engagement is fundamental to design and planning projects, the most important aspect when developing a community engagement strategy is to be authentic. Authentic community engagement not only grounds a project in the community, but can increase stakeholder buy-in and local support. However, insincere community engagement can have the opposite effect, where people can feel that their time and energies were wasted. This can contribute to frustration and undermine people's faith in their leaders and decision makers. Two of the first questions to ask when developing a community engagement strategy are 1. What question or problem are you crowdsourcing answers for? And 2. When you gather their information and input, what can you honestly deliver on? Once these questions are answered, you can develop your engagement strategy to get the information you're looking for and in a way that will show people that they were heard. Over the next several minutes, we will talk through different forms that this can take, including examples of what we have done in our own community design efforts. An example of how we approach engagement in our efforts is the Chalk and Talk. This is an introductory engagement tool that can be set up in a variety of locations, such as at local festivals. The Chalk and Talk is a pop-up chalkboard that allows people to respond to a specific prompt. Previous prompts that we've used include, next time I come downtown, ... where people have written down and or drew their responses. These written comments are transcribed, grouped into themes, and presented to our local partners. This type of engagement is a preliminary step where both participants and local leaders know that ideas are being crowdsourced and that no one is held accountable to act on the responses, as they generate broad themes rather than asking about a specific deliverable. Engagement tools like the Chalk and Talk are great introductory steps that have broad conversations that can lay the foundation for future efforts. We talked about how community engagement can ground a project in the community, and one of the ways to do this is to design a project based on the preferred aesthetics of the area. This can include materials, colors, patterns, and designs. One of the ways to engage a community on their preferred aesthetic is by doing a visual preference survey. If you're looking to paint a crosswalk with a design, or learn what kind of bench people prefer, you can show people options and let them choose what they like. This can be done in numerous ways, like showing two options, such as a modern or traditional option of the same thing. Or you can show a broad range of options with modern, traditional, and everything in between. This will provide tangible results of the local preference. A visual preference survey is a great engagement tool to influence a project that is approved, funded, and will be installed. As with all engagement, being open and transparent about this information that you're gathering is crucial to building and maintaining trust. Sometimes you may have your long-term vision, such as a walkable downtown, but may not know where to start. Or perhaps you've tried something, such as public seating or a mural, and didn't have the results you were looking for. One way to address these common challenges is to ask people what they want. If you have a budget, such as $2,000, identify projects that can be installed within that budget and that can work towards your long-term goal. Then ask people which project they prefer. We did this in one community that has an innovative downtown master plan, but is struggling to move forward with it. Using a $5,000 local grant, we identified 8 projects that worked towards this long-term vision that could be installed with relative ease. Seeking to raise awareness and excitement, we organized these 8 projects into 4 themes and structured them into a bracket during March Madness. Participants then voted on the preferred project in each pair by donating a hygiene item that supported a local teen center. The winning project, a shade canopy, was installed that summer and worked towards their long-term master plan goal. Engagement may sometimes feel like a chore, but it doesn't have to, and it can also be fun. There are times where design and planning can feel very intangible and not applicable to our everyday lives. Yet design and planning plays a significant role in all of our futures, including our city's physical and economic health. This is true in every county in Kentucky, where each of the 120 counties are required to update their comprehensive plans every 5 years. These plans have broad impact in our lives, including where future growth happens. In one county, in order to make future land use decision making approachable and easily understood, we use Legos. The colors of the Legos perfectly match the colors of the zoning code, and the size of the Lego bricks corresponded with the size and intensity of each land use. We knew that Legos are universally understood and have a sense of fun and whimsy about them. So participants worked together in groups and used the colored Legos to map out future developments and land use on their maps. This was used as an integral part of the engagement of their comprehensive plan update. Even in these serious conversations, community engagement was still able to have a sense of fun, approachability, and tangibility. Each of these examples show how community engagement can be approachable, fun, and effective. There isn't a right way to engage people, but there are wrong ways. As long as you're open and transparent with people about why you want their time, effort, and energy, and are honest about what the outcomes of it will be, you can have authentic community engagement built on the local values. This has been 6 Minutes with CEDIK, and I'm Ryan. Thank you for joining us.